Well, hey guys, it's Michael Spackman, and it's day 21, which basically means we are doing the third week, end of week challenge, which is basically all of the audios from the skill builder that we've been working on all week is combined into one playlist, and basically we sit and see if we can stay present as the colors change within a 5-minute audio. I'll give you today 2 samples so that way you can actually experience what is it like to work with 2 different colors in basically a 10-minute block will probably be. So, but anyways, I'm excited. As you can see, I'm in a different location again. Again, I'm just sort of showing you that you can meditate anywhere. I'm in my car. I'm actually at the local laundromat because I needed to wash my comforter, and I'm going to be sitting here for a while, so I figured why not meditate while I'm here. And that's why I figured, well, why not just show you what I'm doing as well as do the activity and then tell you what I experienced. So my laundry won't last an hour, but I think I'm going to do an hour meditation today. And there'll be a little bit of a break just to let you know between because I have to change loads, from wash to dry. So, but I don't consider that cheating because bottom line is when I leave this car, I go into the laundromat, I'm still going to be putting my attention on my space. I'm still going to be putting my attention on the color that I'm working on at the time. As I work that, my attention will still be in my space. It'll just be a moving meditation versus a seated meditation. So anyways, check-in today too. I have no theme today to talk about, but my check-in is basically had a great sleep last night. Woke up in the middle of the night, actually. It was sort of weird. I woke up and I was like, I'm not going to go to sleep. And so I finally just said, okay, I'm going to get up. And I found my space once I got up and then started to fall back asleep. And I went, oh, perfect time. I can go back to sleep. So then I went back to bed and fell asleep. So I had a really good night's sleep. And then this morning was my urgent number one. I had to do laundry because, I also have sheets from my office. So I needed to get those done before I opened my office. So hence why I'm at the laundromat. So anyways, I'm ready to meditate. So I will talk to you on the other side. Take care. Well, hey there. This is your meditation for this video. We're going to, in the spirit of the challenge, since we're doing the Inner Sanctuary Challenge, I'm going to be giving you guys 2 audios to listen to. The first one is defining your inner sanctuary at green. And the second one, I won't know because guess what? This player randomly selects, which is part of the whole challenge itself. So enjoy your meditation.
Let's set your inner sanctuary at a green vibration. Let's put our attention on our head. I'd like you to notice the front of your head right now. And the back side of your head. Notice the right side of your head. And the left side of your head. Notice the ceiling or the top of your head. And the floor or the base of your head. And become aware of that space between those points that you're paying attention to. and validate that this space is your inner sanctuary. Notice, what's the color of your inner sanctuary right now? How is it set? And I'd like you to be aware of your inner sanctuary grounding cord. Be aware of it being attached to the middle of your inner sanctuary. You can notice the length as it goes all the way down to the center of the planet. Be aware of that attachment to the center of the planet. And you can notice the color. What's the color that you're using right now for your grounding? You can be aware of that gravitational pull. Notice that if there's anything that's in your inner sanctuary right now that you want to let go, just allow that grounding cord to release. Allow your inner sanctuary to become brighter, more active. And now I'd like you to change the tone of your inner sanctuary to a green. And just notice what happens to you, to your inner sanctuary, to your body, as you're changing your inner sanctuary to a green vibration. You can notice what you're experiencing on a physical level, on an emotional level, a mental level, spiritual level. And notice that inner sanctuary. And if there's any energy that's in that space that does not want you to have that green vibration that you're setting the tone for, let that energy release out of your inner sanctuary. And you can create a bubble out in front of you. And in that bubble, you can call back your energy from any place that you've left it. And then just bring that bubble of your energy right into your inner sanctuary and fill out any of the nooks and crannies in that inner sanctuary where you release stuff. Fill it up with your own energy and continue to let that inner sanctuary vibrate at that green vibration. Let's set your inner sanctuary at a forest vibration. Let's put your attention on your head. I'd like you to be aware of the front of your head. and the back side of your head, the right side of your head, and the left side. I'd like you to be aware of the ceiling or the top of your head, as well as the floor, the base of your head. And be aware of that space between those points. And validate that this space is your inner sanctuary. This is yours. Own it. And as you're noticing this space right now, what color is it set at? And you could be aware of your grounding cord that's attached to your inner sanctuary. Notice the length of that grounding cord that goes all the way down to the center of the planet. Be aware of that gravitational pull that's keeping your body on the planet, but it's also pulling any energy that may be in your inner sanctuary that's not you, that doesn't serve you. Allow that energy to go down your grounding. And what color is your grounding cord, by the way? Let's set the tone of your inner sanctuary at a forest. And just notice the vibrancy of that forest as it starts to change in your inner sanctuary. Notice, how does your body respond? What do you notice on a physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual level as you're taking ownership of your inner sanctuary at a forest vibration? And again, be aware of that grounding cord for your inner sanctuary, and any energy that may be in conflict or doesn't want you to validate or own your inner sanctuary at this forest vibration. Just let that go down your grounding. Release it. It does not serve you. And now I'd like you to create a bubble outside of you. And in this bubble, I would like you to call back your energy. Allow this bubble to grow big. And then bring your energy into your inner sanctuary and fill up all the nooks and crannies, all the corners. Fill the whole circumference of your inner sanctuary. And let your inner sanctuary vibrate at this forest vibration. And allow your inner sanctuary grounding cord release that foreign stuff.
Well, I'm back. It was an amazing experience doing this challenge. In fact, I'm going to do more of the challenge later on today because I like challenge day. But just so I was in a laundromat parking lot starting off. I did most of the meditation, about 40 minutes or so of the meditation in the parking lot itself. And then it just got way too hot. Even though the windows were open, I was still having a hard time with it. So I decided to go to my office, but I'm still in the car because I'm dedicated to doing this meditation in my car today. But it was one of the biggest things what I noticed was, well, I'll get to the journey in a second, but when I was in the parking lot, it was nothing but stimulus. I forgot how noisy a parking lot was until you sit and you start to find your space. There was a railroad track, which was right by the state where I was at. The train went by, which was very, it's a big locomotive, so it's really heavy. I also had not only just the train, but there's light rail that goes by there. Behind me was also basically a car wash, but it's a manual car wash with dryers back there. I had people in the parking lot. I had a very busy street that was driving by, and it was so much fun because I'm sitting here going like, wow. Usually it's like when I do a challenge, it's like I'll go find a quiet, peaceful place, and so that way I can really focus on my inner sanctuary and dedicate myself to what I'm trying to do. Well, what I'm trying to do is find my space throughout the day. And what sitting in my car with all the stimulus around me, it gave me permission to recognize how stimulus impacts me, and can I stay focused on the message, which is, can I pay attention to the color of my inner sanctuary, being grounded, noticing when my attention goes somewhere. Can I bring my attention back to this? Even though I was in the moment, it was just, oh, somebody's vacuuming their car. My attention goes over there for a second, and I have to come back and go, oh wait, no, it's all about being here. And then it was also, I had to be aware of the laundry. It's like I need to change loads and things like that, and then also pull things out, and so there was all these things that were grabbing my attention, which again, that's called living. However, what made this fun is like, oh, can I actually do it all and still do my meditation and still be in a meditative space, which is I'm focusing on here, setting the color. Can I notice the definitions of my inner sanctuary? What am I experiencing when I'm doing that? And so I just had all these extra stimuli that was just showing me what it's like to be in my body and be in the present moment. So it was a lot of fun. And then I decided, okay, it was getting a little too warm, so I decided to come to my office to finish the meditation. And so I drove, and I'm like going, in the spirit of this meditation, I'm still going to be meditating, but I'm going to drive. Now, if you got to be experienced meditating before you do this. So don't just get in the car and start driving and listen to the audio unless you're comfortable doing that, which basically means, can you stay in the present moment, be aware of the traffic around you, as well as listening to the audio and paying attention to yourself. That's more of an advanced skill. I would recommend, do a walking meditation. I haven't done one of those with you guys yet, so I'll probably be doing that because I love walking meditations, which is literally go for a walk. In fact, challenge days are great because, you can walk for a couple hours and you can be meditating for a couple hours. So you're aware of the environment around you, but your attention's inwards. But you won't get into an accident doing a walk versus in the car. So be careful if you're going to do it driving. But anyway, so I drove. Not a problem there. I was just, paying attention to what I'm noticing as well as paying attention to what's going on around me. And then I get to my parking lot. This is where I'm at. I'm in the shade, which is nice. little noisy. I had sirens going by, so there was still, it's a busy environment. So, it wasn't a quiet environment, which is fine. Because again, this is sort of goes back to the theme. I guess today's theme is you could do meditations anywhere, even in a busy environment. In fact, this is, to be honest, this is an exercise. Let's say you're at work or if you're at school. Can you pay attention to your tools? Can you pay attention to the color that you're setting in the tools that you're using while you're working, while you're in a meeting, while you're in a class? And the answer is yes. You can totally be engaged with another person, but still have that sense of awareness. And that's a part of the teaching, which I can't teach you how to do that. It's called you have to experience it, which is why this is experiential training. And then notice, well, how do you respond? It's like, well, do you like the way you're responding? No, I don't. Okay, well then how can you change this? And this is called why we have different tools and why we practice all the time, is so that way we can improve how we own our space. Fully recognizing that, every day we lose our space and every day we find it again. But it's that constant putting your attention on yourself that gives you that permission to have your ownership of your space, with total grace and forgiveness when you lose it, because everybody does. It's called living. It's not a problem. But this is sort of an example again of using these tools in a way that's may not be what you're used to. In fact, if you have a mall near you, I used to do this too. It's like, go to a mall and meditate. Nobody's going to bug you. You can have earbuds in and listen to an audio, and be good. In fact, I brought, it's in a container, but I actually brought headsets because I was going to listen to the audio with the headsets, and I just forgot I brought them. But that would have canceled out all the noise. So I really would have missed out on the opportunity to hear all these sounds, because I had the earphones actually connect to my cell phone, so I could have heard the audio in my ears, and it would have also canceled out the noise. So I would have missed part of the training if I had those in. But I also like wearing them. So again, there's not a right way. It's just doing it. So anyways, that's my meditation for today. I'll be doing more of it, but that's all I'm sharing. Anyways, have an amazing morning, afternoon, evening, night, whenever you're seeing this video. And I will talk to you on day 22. We're going to be doing a new, this is great. We're going to be running energy. So earth and cosmic energy. So we're going to be doing that next week. So the training is tomorrow. I'm going to be listening to an audio. I'm so excited, because once we start running energy, it's a big game changer. So that starts tomorrow. So week 4, exciting. See you then.